My name is Lulu and these are my books. It is currently 10 p.m. and I decided to scrap another video idea in place of this one. So yeah, this was the last minute decision. It's also 10 p.m. I'm tired. I just got home from work. I'm just out of it, honestly. But we're here. We're filming. So hello. And today we're going to be talking about my end of the year TBR. So this video is going to be split into two parts. Books I am definitely going to be getting to at the end of this year, for the next 3 months, and, well, 2.5, but details. And then books that I will possibly be getting to. So we're going to start with the definites and then move into the possibilities. But I'm really excited to share this with you guys because it's not that long of a TBR, because again, it is only 2.5 months, but what I am fairly excited for is my selection because I feel like I have a lot going on. All right, let's get started. So these first two books are books I've actually already started. So this one, Dracula by Bram Stoker, the original Dracula. I'm also annotating it. See, this is a read for spoopy season. And I'm making its own video for it. So this one I'm definitely getting through. I will definitely be finishing it literally this week, because I'm going through the audiobook for it. So the week this is going up is the week I'm going to be finishing this book, and also the next week after that is when that video is going up. So be prepared for that. If you don't know what the story of Dracula is about, we essentially follow the series of diary entries and letters that tell the story of Dracula coming from Romania, Transylvania, all the way over to, I believe, like the UK or the US, and wreaking havoc along the way until they're able to, you know, actually go to him, right? It's traditional spoopy season story. Dracula is literally the quintessential horror of the time it was written in, and actively I am honestly really excited because this book, I've heard so many great things about it actually, and I've heard it does something very well that not a lot of other horror books do, which is actual suspense. So I'm really, really excited for this. And I've only gotten through chapter 1, but it's still so good. Like so good. All right. So this is what we're doing with this. The next book is something I've also already started, which is why I mean these are definites. The Liar's Knot, the second book in the Rook and Rose trilogy. It starts with the Mask of Mirrors and it ends with the Labyrinth's Heart. So I'm not that far into this book. It's also like 635 pages. But here's my thing. If I get through like half of this book, I think of this book as like 2 books in one, kind of like that. And that helps me get through it pretty easily because halfway through this book, it means I finished 1 book. And another halfway through this book, I've finished a 2nd book. That's what it feels like to me anyways. For the Mask of Mirrors in general, I was able to finish like the last half of the book in 1 day. So so my expectations of being able to finish this are like fairly high. So yeah. If you don't know what the series is about, we essentially follow our main character, Ren, who is a con artist, and she essentially tricks her way into the noble house of Trementes, and along the way gets thrown into some crazy hijinks and learns things about herself and the culture of her world that she just never really knew about before, and now she's just kind of trying to go along with it because she's too deep into the con to really just skip and go. She's really just like, as of now, she's just here like, well, fuck. So like she can't exactly leave, but there's nothing else she can really do about it. So anyways, so this trilogy I am definitely going to be finishing this year. That is a definite fact for me. There's no way I'm not going to finish it. Honestly, I wanted to be done with the first 2 books by the time Labyrinth's Heart came out, but that didn't happen. We're just prowling at my own pace, you know. We're not going to rush anything. We're not going to make anything any harder than it needs to be. We're just going to enjoy reading, because that's the point of reading. It's just, you need to enjoy the process of it. And I definitely do enjoy these books, especially since they're so jam-packed with such imaginative worlds and things like that. I just love the writing in this book. I really do. I may do like a review on it. Tell me in the comments if you want to see that. Honestly, I really do. I may just do a review over the whole trilogy when I finish it, because it's just so good. More people need to read this. More people need to read this. I'm just saying. Like, originally these were like an impulse buy because look at these covers, but also like, I didn't expect them to be so good. I really didn't. But also it's adult fantasy, so yeah. And then the last book that I'm most definitely getting to, well, the last series I'm most definitely getting to by the end of this year is The Diviners by Libba Bray. So I haven't started these. I haven't. However, this has been on my list to read by the end of this year for a while now. And the reasoning for that is this. I've been hearing so much about these books, and I've heard that they're actually really, really good. But I wanted to see that for myself, and I also got these really cool editions from the bookish box. So yeah, I'm really excited to see this. If you don't know what this is about, it's essentially 1920s America, like New York, with the whole like flapper dresses and like the Gilded Age type thing. And we're following our main character. I completely forget her name. I'm not gonna lie to you. I honestly completely forget her name. But we're following her, and as she goes for her uncle, and she gets involved with the occult. And I don't know much more than that. I'm not even sure if that description is accurate. However, I'm just really excited to see this because it's such a different concept than what I usually read. And I'm just excited. You know, I'm just excited. Oh, and also regarding The Diviners in and of itself, these books have also been like pretty widely regarded as, these books have been pretty famous, but not for like really their content, but for the fact that they have mismatched covers. If you've seen all those videos about people complaining about the mismatched covers, it's honestly like freaking hilarious to me. But I have matching editions, so that's nice. They're actually like the full series is like sitting on the top of my bookshelf instead of like on it, like in the little cubby shelves. But yeah, anyways, I'm excited to start this one actually, because this, I have sworn to myself, is what I'm going to read after I finish the Rook and Rose trilogy. So, alrighty then. So now we're going to get into books that I will possibly get to this year. And if not, they're going on to my next year's TBR. So yeah, first book we're talking about, well, it's also a series. It's a 4-book series. The Three Dark Crowns Quartet by Kendare Blake. So with these books, these are pretty firmly YA books. And they follow these 3 sisters, 3 triplets to be exact, and the ritual for one of them to become queen of their country. They're all 3 princesses, and it's like royal, not really tradition, but it's just how things are within the royal family, that each queen gives birth to triplets, and these triplets on their 16th birthday have to begin fighting each other for the throne, but only one of them can live. So they all kind of need to just like fight each other and kill each other to obtain the throne of their country and continue going. It's honestly like really cool, and it's split into 4 books. And to be entirely honest, I'm really excited because like these books are not that long. Like truly, they really aren't. They're like, I think a little bit more than 300 pages. They're like, this book specifically is 398 pages. So like these aren't very long books at all. Like literally at all. So I'm fairly excited for how this could go. I've heard some really good things about it. When I picked these books up, actually, the lady at Barnes & Noble actually told me, she was like, oh, this series is so good, I finished it in a fucking week. And I'm like, good for you. But honestly, I'm really excited. This is one of 3 series that I think are going to be part of like one of my little readathon things, because I want to do more of those. as it was so fun to do it for the Cruel Prince trilogy that I was just like, we should do it for more. So this is one of the options for it. But yeah, I'm really excited to start this. All right, next is Scythe by Nil Chesterman, or the Arc of the Scythe trilogy. This is also a candidate for a readathon. And honestly, I'm really excited because I've read Scythe. It was so good. Scythe was really good. That I remember. I read it maybe 5 years ago. But regarding Scythe is that I wanting to get back into it, but I just haven't been able to because I'm just that way. That's just how I am. If you didn't see my last video, you just okay. But anyways, with Scythe, I've wanted to get back into it for a while, so having this as a candidate for a readathon is always a good thing, because it'll essentially force me to finish the series, just for out of spite for my mental health. But yeah, so if you don't know what Scythe is about, it's essentially a sci-fi fantasy world, not fantasy, but sci-fi world, where essentially all the problems of mankind have kind of been erased, and nobody can die, essentially. So from what I remember, people are actually able to like change their age, through like some sort of like dial or something through their genomes, and go back to like whenever they were like 20 or 15 or even like or even like maybe 8 or something. I don't know. But people tend to just go back to like their early 20s or stuff like that, to like the best years of their physical shape, you know? They can even change their physical shape, so like they don't have to worry about obesity and stuff like that. But since nobody can die, that leads to an overpopulation problem. And so these people called Scythes emerge. These people called Scythes are appointed by the government, which is called the Thunderhead, who essentially runs everything for the world. All the major problems in the world have been eradicated. So hunger, homelessness, you know, stuff like that. The Thunderhead appoints these people called Scythes to do the killing for them, right? And these Scythes are like treated with like the highest respect. And within the story, we follow what is it? Citra and Rowan. I just read the back. We follow Citra and Rowan, who are now training to become Scythe candidates in training, and have to go through the training to become a Scythe, one of these people. So yeah, that's where we're going with it. I'm actually really excited to get back into it because now that I just re-explained it, I don't remember a lot of what happens in this book, but I remember the gist of it. And honestly, I'm just so excited to get back to it. So excited. All right, and then the last series that's a candidate for, like a readathon, is the Gilded Wolves trilogy by Roshani Chokshi. This has been pitched to me as Six of Crows, but make it historical. And I'm kind of into it, but I'm not really sure. Honestly, the decision to get this series was made by me reading the sample on Kindle Unlimited. Yeah. But anyways, what this series is about, it's that, so there's this kid, I completely forgot his name, really do, Severin, who is like really smart, and like really, you know what, let me just read to you the little flap thing, because I don't remember. Paris, 1889. The city is on the cusp of industry and power, and the Exposition Universelle has breathed new life into the streets and dredged up ancient secrets. Here, no one keeps tabs on the dark truths better than treasure hunter and wealthy hotelier Severin Montagnet-Allaire. When the Order of Babel coerces him to hunt down an ancient artifact, Severin is offered a treasure he never imagined, his true inheritance. Together with a band of unlikely experts, Severin sets off to explore the dark, glittering heart of Paris. What they find might change the course of history, but only if they can stay alive. Woo! So yeah, I'm honestly really excited. So I've been told this involves a heist of some kind, but I'm not really sure what. The description is honestly fairly vague. However, I'm just hoping, I'm really just hoping that this series isn't just like Casbreaker in pastels. I just really hope it's not. However, it doesn't really sound like it, because this guy actually has something that he wants that isn't revenge. It sounds like it anyways. So yeah, excited to get to this one. I'm really excited because I read the first chapter on Kindle Unlimited, as I said, and honestly it sounded really good. Like the way it starts off is actually really strong if you haven't read this series. All right, and then the last book that I will possibly be getting to is something that this is an impulse. I just looked at it and I was like, huh, yeah, we can get there. This is also an impulse buy. So anyways, Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. So I don't know much of anything about this book really. All I know is that it's a historical, it's a retelling, a lot of Greek mythology retellings have been going pretty viral lately. And this was one of them. And it's essentially like a gay romance between Achilles and Patroclus. And here's the thing, in the mythology proper, in the Iliad itself, it is there is so much sexual tension between Achilles and Patroclus that literally later adaptations had to either sanitize it heavily or legit make them related to make this tension not seem gay. And I found that amazingly hilarious because I did read the original Iliad. I did. And I plan to get a new copy of it and reread it because it's actually really good if you haven't read it. There's a lot of filler. However, it is honestly it's honestly a really great tale. It's a really great story. I really love it. And honestly, I'm kind of interested to see how this adaptation goes around for it. I know this is a quintessential LGBTQIA romance kind of thing. Tragedy anyways, and people are saying that this is really sad. People are saying that this has wrecked them emotionally, and I'm out here sitting here I mean, I don't mind it. I really don't. And then I hear people saying it's not that sad, and now I'm just oh, drama. Because whenever there's criticism about a popular book, the people come out of the woodwork. I swear, honestly, with my Fourth Wing video, I was expecting to get so much hate for that. I was not expecting to have so much support for that. Also, thank you for 115 subscribers. Now that I'm looking at it, I found out literally maybe 20 minutes ago. Thank you for 115 subscribers. I appreciate all of you, and I love each and every one of you who supports my channel. And ever since my Fourth Wing video, things have been just going for my channel, really. So thank you, all of you, truly. But back to the Song of Achilles. This is going to be one of the standalone books that I read, because I own actually a decent amount of standalones now that I'm looking at it. But what I really do want is that I want to see what all the buzz is about and Madeline Miller, because I want to eventually read Kirke, or Cersei, whatever. I don't like calling her Cersei because it reminds me of Game of Thrones Cersei, and I hate Game of Thrones Cersei, so I call her Kirke. I want to read Kirke, and I've heard a lot of people say that the writing style is A, very different, and B, it's kind of like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, wherein if you don't vibe with the main character, you won't like the book. So I'm really hoping, because with Madeline Miller's book, I've heard that it's either you like one or you like the other. You can't like both. And I'm wondering if I can just be the odd man out and like both. So yeah, that's just me. But yeah, so I think the value in doing little TBR videos like this is actually kind of interesting, because it gives me a place to really just set my mind to specific books. and give myself a structure for where I want to go with it. I know that like reading isn't really supposed to have a structure, you know, it's supposed to be just for fun. It's supposed to be like just for the lulz. However, reading with a structure helps me. Reading with like kind of like a theme helps me a little bit. Like theme wise, there was no theme this year. Random was the theme, but I think next year my theme is going to be mainly Asian fantasy and high fantasy. That's what I want to do. I'm pretty sure that that is what's going to happen for me. And what I really, really want is that I just want to be able to read like endlessly without like getting bored of it. And I think having themes or like sticking with certain genres really helps with that, because it's just like, I know what I like. I know I can experiment every once in a while, which is what I do with my annotated books. I'm usually annotating classics though. But it just helps, you know? And the value in doing TBR videos like this is really just having like a little bit of track for me to go on, you know? But anyways, guys, that brings this video to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more of my content, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I post a new video. I post weekly on this channel, so don't miss out. Also, if you want to see more from me, leave me comments down below. What I should put on my TBR, what I should move up my TBR, what you're reading currently, or what you're doing currently. I really like seeing your comments. It makes me feel so happy and appreciated. Anyways, guys, I love you, my little Lumas. Bye!